Hi guys, welcome back. See, if you want to see amendments made in indirect tax law, amendments relating to Central Excise. Amendment to Section 3A in the Central Excise Act 1944, 1 to 1 of 1944. Herein, after referred to as the Control Excise Act, Section 3A, after explanation 2, the following, explanation shall be inserted. The namely explanation 3, the purposes of subsections 2 and 3 factor includes factor. Coming to amendment section 11A, in Central Excise Act in section 11A, subsections 5, 6 and 7 shall be omitted. And 2 is subsection 7A, 8th and clause B of subsection 11. The words, brackets and figure are subsections 5. Wherever they occur shall be omitted. In explanation A, in class B, in subclass in the words due date shall be omitted. B, after subclass B, the subclass shall be inserted, namely. And come to 6, in the case where of only interest is to be recovered, the date of payment of duty to which such interest rates relates. C class B omitted. And after subclass 15, the following subsection shall be inserted, namely uh, the provisions of the section shall not apply to a case where the liability or duty not paid or short paid is self-assessed and declared as duty paid by the SSC in the periodic returns filled by him, and in such case recovered of non-payment or short payment or duty shall be made in such manner or may be prescribed. And next one, the explanation 2, explanation shall be substituted, namely explanation 2, for the removal of doubts. It is hereby declared that any non-levy, short levy, non-payment, short payment, or erroneous refund where no show cause notice has been issued before the date on which the finance bill 2050 receives the assent of the President shall be governed by the provisions of Section 11A as amended by Finance Act 2015. Substitute of new section for Section 11AC. In Central Excise Act for Section 11AC, section shall be substituted, namely 11AC penalty for short levy or non-levy of duty in certain cases. The amount of penalty for non-levy or short levy, non-payment or short payment or erroneous refund shall be as follows. First one A, where any duty of excise has not been levied or paid, has not short levied or short paid or erroneously refunded for any reason other than the reason of fraud or collusion or any willful misstatement or supervision of facts or contravention of any of the provisions of this act or the rules made under with intent to evade payment of duty. The person who is liable to pay duty as determined under the subsection 10 of section 11A shall also be liable to pay a penalty not exceeding 10% of the duty so determined of rupees 5,000, whichever is higher, provided that where such as duty and interest payable under section 11AA is paid either before the issue of show cause notice within 30 days of issue of show cause notice, no penalty shall be payable by the person liable to pay duty or the person who has paid the duty, and all proceedings in respect of said duty interest shall be deemed to be concluded. And B, where any duty as determined under subsection 10, section 11A and the interest payable thereon under section 11AA in respect of transaction referred to in clause in paid within the 30 days the date of communication of the author or central excise officer who has determined such duty, the amount of penalty liable to be paid by such person shall be 25% of penalty imposed. subject to the condition that such reduced penalty is also paid within the period so specified. And next one, where the only duty of excise has not been levied or paid, has not short levied, a short paid, or erroneously refunded by reason of fraud or collusion or any willful misstatement or superstition intent of evade payment of duty. The person who is liable to pay duty as determined under subsection 10th of section 11A shall also be liable to pay penalty equal to the duty so determined, provided that in respect of the cases where the details relating to such transactions are recorded in the specified record for the period beginning with the 8th 11 2011 up to the date on which the finance bill 2015 receives the assent of the president both days inclusive. Penalty shall be 50% of the duty so determined. So next one, D, where any duty demanded in show cause notice and an interest payable thereon under section 11A issued in respect of transaction referred to in clause is paid within 30 days of the communication of show cause notice. The amount of penalty liable to be paid by such reduced penalty is also paid within the period so specified, and other proceedings in respecting of the said duty, interest and penalty shall be deemed to be concluded. Next one, where any duty determined subsection 10 of section 11A and the interest payable thereon any under section 11AA in respect of transactions referred to in the clause C is paid within 30 days of the date of communication. The author or central election officer who has determined such duty, the amount of penalty liable to be paid by such person shall be 25% of the duty so determined, subject to the condition that such as reduced penalty also paid within the period so specified. So this is about for today. We will need to now.